to that franchise when he first got there. He took them to the NBA Finals, pretty much had the whole team on his back. So he'll be able to play with a exciting player with Andre Iguodala and Dallin Burke, who's pretty raw, but he's coming along. So, and Spice. So I really feel that they will. I feel if they pick him up, it will be a good team. And as far as the New Jersey Nets, letting go of Lawrence Frank, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not liking that right now. The Knicks, they're not doing too much better. The Clippers are a disappointment to me. I really thought they would do much better. Tyreke Evans is looking pretty good in Sacramento. The Bobcats, surprisingly, are on a winning streak. They won the last 4, so they're looking pretty good. Atlanta Hawks, they're actually leading. I think they're number 1 in the Eastern Conference. And Orlando's looking pretty good. Boston's coming off a big win. Cavaliers got Shaq back, so he's coming into play a little bit. The Spurs, they're winning, but they're not winning convincingly to show that they're a dominant team. Lakers, they're doing what they do. Kobe Bryant. So right now it's a good NBA season. There's no clear-cut person who's just out to win the NBA title, but as time goes on, teams that are contenders will separate from the teams that are pretenders.
As we know, there are such things as any given night. But if that night doesn't come soon, how long do you think the losing streak of the Nets will last, Doug?
Well, the next game they have is against Dallas, which is going to be a beatdown. They got to hope to play maybe Memphis, Sacramento, New York coming up, because that's probably going to be the best chance.
Cleveland.
I have to agree. I think their best shot is probably New York. And no offense against the Knicks, but they're not playing up to par. And you know what? If anybody can beat them, it could be the team right down the road in the New Jersey Nets.
JB.
Yeah, the Knicks. They always have so much expectation, then they always falter. But then again, it could come down to the Mavericks. I mean, we've already seen a few upsets as far as the NBA. I mean, the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets. So any given night, yeah, that was just the T-Wolves' second win. So it could be the Mavericks. So Maverick fans, yeah, it could happen.
Chris.
Well, the Mavericks did lose to a Golden State team that only played 6 players at home in Dallas. So, but I feel that Dallas will win that game. The next winnable game for the Nets will be either the Bobcats, the Knicks, or December 23rd when they go against the Timberwolves again, which they lost in a heartbreaker, which Minnesota hasn't won a game since they played New Jersey. So I think that might be a matchup of the week.
Yes.
So, but as far as New Jersey, which they have, I like Devin Harris, but I really feel that they're not going to win a game until after New Year's.
Valid points from the panel. Up next, we will have WrestleTalk. So I imagine at least 3 of them will be gone. Welcome back to The Range. Your host, Brendan Brown here. And here, like the segment we like to call WrestleTalk. We talk about, things going on in wrestling. In this case, we're going to talk about WWE. And upcoming is the pay-per-view new concept, WWE TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. And it's going to be in San Antonio, December the 13th. I myself am going with my World Heavyweight Championship, and the Honorable One himself, he'll be going as well with his $1 Million Championship. This guy right here, he won't be going. He'll be probably watching some football more than likely, but it's okay. We invited him to talk with us anyway. One of the things in particular we want to talk about with this pay-per-view, the Table, Ladders, and Chairs, is the card. First match in particular, Chris Jericho and The Big Show versus Shawn Michaels and Triple H, D-Generation X, for the Unified Tag Team Championship. Chris, how you think it's going to look, man?
I think this match will be pretty good. The Big Show wasn't at Raw. apparently he has an injury to his knee, because if you notice at Survivor Series, he wasn't getting that much ring action, and he was in pain if you looked at his face most of the night. So I got a feeling that this match will be pretty good, but it's not going to be as great as we would like it to. I guess just being off the names, DX and then Chris Jericho along with the Big Show, I guess they feel that that's enough to make somewhat of a decent match. I don't believe there'll be a lot of wrestling. I won't be a lot of big spots. There would be a few. I feel Shawn Michaels will probably take most of the bumps. Triple H will get just a little bit. Chris Jericho will take most of the bumps for his team. Big Show, he take a few, but not a lot. But in order to make this match great, I feel that it has to be between Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels.
You're exactly right. You know, every time that Chris Jericho gets to the ring and he says that he is the best in the world at what he does, honestly, I can't argue with him. To me, he is, you know, the best wrestler in the WWE, if not the world. And that's considering, you know, all the Japanese wrestlers and the Mexican wrestlers as well. You know, Chris Jericho, you know, he is heads and tails above everybody else right now. And going into a match against Shawn Michaels, who honestly does not know how to put on a bad match, you know, those two, you get those two in the ring, you know, it is a potential show stealer. So, and honestly, my view of Triple H, you know, he is an okay wrestler at best. And that's just me. You know, the Big Show, you know, it's sad to see that he's hurt right now, you know. But hopefully, you know, he will heal up for a better match at TLC. Up next, we have the WWE Championship, which will be defended in a tables match. John Cena versus Sheamus. And honestly, there's a side issue to this match as well. You know, Sheamus has not, you know, been on television, I don't even think even a year now. And he's already getting a WWE Championship match. It's such a quick push, Chris.
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, I think he first got on air in September or October, so he's really gotten a very, very quick push. My guess is that this is because of Vince McMahon, who talks to Hunter, and Sheamus works out with Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple H for those who don't know. And you know the relationship that Triple H and Vince McMahon has. And Vince McMahon, if you know him, and over the years he does like big athletic dudes. So he feels that they are big card drawers. So that's why I really feel that Sheamus has really gotten a big push. And because they needed something real fresh, and they needed another heel wrestler. And then by having Batista go to SmackDown, they needed another big guy to step in for Raw. So they brought in Sheamus, and that's why I feel that he's really just jumps right up there real quick.
JB, you saw what happened on Raw. What did you think about it?
Honestly, it caught me by surprise that what he did to Cena. I was like, Cena is perhaps the face of WWE right now. So with Sheamus, what you two said, like not getting as much pub as Cena does, he pretty much he's made a statement and he's throwing his hat in the ring saying like, hey, I'm going to be one of the top guys to be fucked with in this industry. So Sheamus could be here for a while.
And I do agree with that comment. You know, Sheamus, he doesn't have that generic look like John Cena does, you know, as far as like the face of your company. But that's what's so good about him. He comes out there, and no matter who it is, even though it has been, you know, recently, you know, some people outside the ring or Jamie Noble, but, you know, he went out there and he destroys. You know, when he was in ECW, fighting the likes of Shelton Benjamin, you know, to me, one of the better wrestlers in the WWE. You know, it's something, you know. Sheamus, you know, it may be quick, but, you know, at the same time, he made his way. It's deserved. And up next, you know, the next match we have is the World Heavyweight Championship.